What's up, guys? This is the Talking Heads podcast, and disclaimer first is that the opinions represented aren't the opinions of OU Esports. And I'm Brandon, and I go by that Woo Brandon in game.
I'm Jackson Boyd. I go by Ajax.
Hi, I'm Logan. I also go by Prolamos.
And actually, for our fourth box, we do have a guest today on the Talking Heads podcast. If you'd like to introduce himself for us.
Hey, I'm Zachary Fruits. I go by Fruitsy in game.
And could you tell us some things that you do for the OU Esports?
Yeah, I'm the captain for the OU Black esports team. I lead the Cold War team with me and a couple of my friends.
Awesome. Yeah, and he's our first guest today. And we're just going to get into it and just start trying to get the insides of the OU Black team, but also how the Talking Heads is going to continue forward doing the show is that we're the Talking Heads because we invite different leads and heads of different teams from OU Esports to showcase them and then also to talk about their teams and about the game and then just kind of get into some more just like open general gaming and esports topics. So, I mean, first off the bat, it's like what made you kind of want to join the esports team?
I've always wanted to play on an esports team. It kind of was a joke of mine I made with my fiance. I was like, it'd be really cool to, make it on the team. I joined out and I saw the tryouts on an email, and so I thought I would just toss my hat in the ring. And who knew, out of all, out of nowhere, I'd be the captain for the team.
Nice. Yeah. Zach, I got a question for you. So, I want to try and make this like a recurring thing. I want you to explain the game of Call of Duty without using a few select words. I don't want you using guns, kill, or let's see. What's another word we could use?
Let's go with points.
Points. Yeah. So you can't. So describe Call of Duty without guns, kill, or points.
Okay.
Hey, take your time. I know it's kind of tough right now.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, but like we just want to see what you can do with it.
You and a few others run around and try and win a game.
There we go. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Simple enough.
I want to flip that question on to you, Jackson. How would you describe Call of Duty?
Yeah.
So Brandon and I
our Warzone captain.
Brandon and I actually had this conversation last night. So my response to that would be, Call of Duty is a game where you run around with Rudy Tooty pointing thingies, and you have people, and you boop them with said Rudy Tooty thingies, and you go for a win.
That's a pretty pretty good point there. I guess that explains Call of Duty in the get-go.
That's one way to do it, bro. Yeah.
I mean, you kidding me? Most of the time now with the guns in Call of Duty, anyways, it's just like looking on its history. It's kind of like, oh yeah, here's a space weapon. I lied. Here's a World War II weapon. It kind of tosses whatever at you, really.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going into that, like with just weapons and everything that's kind of going crazy. What would you say is like one of your favorite, like just Call of Duty moments over all the games? Just anything.
Dude, nothing's gonna beat the Black Ops 1 campaign for me, man.
Okay.
So wait, what exactly about it? Because Black Ops 1 is like a really interesting campaign. Because like you got the numbers, Logan. What do they mean? And all that jazz. But like, what's your like absolute like favorite part of it? Because there's like a lot of iconic moments throughout that.
I would say it'd be the ending. I think I had to play that campaign over at least 2 or 3 times to finally understand what the ending meant to me, and that's why I also enjoyed Cold War, because it also kind of did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the campaign was pretty solid. I wouldn't say it's solid as Black Ops 1, but it did have a pretty good twist ending, just like Cold War did.
Nice.
Did you get both endings? Did you try out both endings on the Cold War campaign?
No, I haven't yet. I've been a little busy with the team, but when I have a little more spare time, probably this summer, definitely gonna do it.
There's actually 3 endings to the game, Logan.
Is there? Okay, wait. Oh yeah, okay. Technically, there's the one where like I mean, okay. I'm gonna spoil it because listen, the game's been out for almost a year now, right? Listen, no, it's not.
Hey, there's some good.
You know what?
Hey, spoiler alert. Okay, so there's one where when you're in like the hideout place, you can walk to the back left right before you like actually go on your next mission, and you can warn Perseus that you guys are gonna go. Like you guys are trying to find him. Yeah. And then you tell the team that you need to go to like some place where the satellites are instead of where he's actually at. and they intercept you, and you join Perseus, and you kill Adler and Woods and Mason and all them, right? And then, Adler's actually like wounded in the back, and you have a last decision: what to light his cigarette or to not light his cigarette. If you light his cigarette, he stabs you, and you're dead. Or you can do what I did, and I have a recording somewhere of me like jumping and 360ing with a sniper and just no scoping Adler.
Please help me. Just give me one last ciggy.
Yeah.
What you gotta do, bro, after what he did the whole game, man.
He asked for one last light, and I highlighted him.
So the two other endings, since we're just kind of saying send it at this point, one of them is like where you actually do your job, and not job, but like the good ending, where you're still a good guy.
Ending, right?
Yeah, good ending. Yeah. Sherman kind of knows about where you just go and like actually blow up the nuclear site. But there's the third ending, is where you don't radio Perseus, but you tell him the wrong location anyways, and you just kind of show up and like, nope, nothing's here. What's going on? Did you really just give us the wrong location? Just like, long live Russia, psych. And they're just like, man, you kind of suck, and then they just shoot you. Game over.
So then there's 4 endings then, yeah?
Three endings.
Well, I mean, there's the one where you die technically, right?
Well, no, you stab Adler.
3 in which you die, 1 in which you live.
Well, at this point, I mean, if you guys are going 3, 4, this and that, I mean, who knows how many endings there actually are, really, if you think about it. Because, I mean, someone's saying 3, someone's saying 4. Who knows?
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
I need to do a little more research on that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the campaigns of Call of Duty, like, kind of moving forward and all that, but with the campaigns, Modern Warfare 2 will always be my favorite, just because I'm a big Modern Warfare 2 fanboy at the end of the day. But
oh yeah, dude.
On, I guess, kind of going to more of like your team-based kind of questions, like what's kind of your feel of the team? Like what do you enjoy about the team that you have right now, and like y'all's chemistry, or like how are you guys doing that?
Well, I'd say mostly just been talking together through practices and stuff like that. The team chemistry's definitely gotten a lot better since our tryouts that we had. How long ago was that? Like what, month and a half, 2 months ago now?
2 months.
Yeah, I think 2 months. And we had our first scrimmage. You can ask Logan about that one. Ask him how he felt about that.
How did you feel about that, Logan? Their first scrimmage.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah, man, it was.
I mean, like, yeah, that's usually how it goes. Like the first scrim never like really goes well, because I know with like even with like our team, when we first did our first little scrimmage, we did okay, but like there was still like a lot of rough spots. And then like with Black V1, we also had like a rough scrimmage for our first round. But I mean, that's like, it's all about learning. That's really like kind of how it comes down to it with all video games. It's just like there's that learning curve of like getting to understand like how your teammates play. Like you can have one guy it's like a complete Rambo, and you got to figure out how to like curve around him and figure out how to work with him if he's like being Rambo, lone wolf, not talking, and all that.
Yeah. I mean, with that, I mean, anything you start off, it's not gonna click. Like the chemistry's not gonna be there instantly. Like the call outs, like you guys are just playing together kind of for the first couple times. Once you go to tryouts, like you jumped right into it, and kind of moving forward with kind of how you're implemented it as a team. Logan, what were some of the things that like you guys did to help the team or like kind of improve it?
Oh, you mean like that I did whenever I was like kind of like training them, or I still am?
If you want to give some just preference or like background information on how you're connected to the OU.
Well, like, so I kind of am unofficially their trainer, right? I just kind of like come in and help them out with stuff. And in all honesty, it's all stuff that I learned, you know. It's stuff that I had to deal with whenever I was first playing competitively. You know what I mean? And it's how I improved as a player. And like I looked at these guys when I saw their first game, and it was like it was a lot of big stuff they needed to improve on. But the reason they were failing to succeed at the bigger stuff was because they were having trouble with the smaller stuff. You know what I mean? But so I kind of got in and was like, all right, I'm gonna try and like see if these guys even want to, you know, work on that stuff at all, because you know I like to see them succeed, like we did whenever we played. But like it's just been like I've had to be a bit tough on them, but like I'm trying to teach them to, you know, really like I keep saying, to look inside themselves kind of and find, so they can get to a point where they can find out what it is they need to work on, you know. Yeah. Like I still get in practice sometimes, just like the feeling of doing it and staying warm at the game, right? So that whenever Zach and I get in a game together, we can tear up stuff.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
man. Don't even get me started, bro.
No, we're built different together. We are like the energy. We both play AR, and so when we hop on a match, like we brought back games that were like 100 point, like where the people were 100 points down. I just in the middle of pubs, hop in, and we just go immediately right into it. I was like, let's bring this back, and he's like, yeah, let's go, and we just start hitting kids.
Start dumpstering on him, bro.
How did you guys kind of as a team, like, I guess take his like kind of advice, or did you guys have like resistance to it? Like, how did that kind of go on y'all side of it?
Well, if you want to, from the starter side, we had some kids that weren't even meant to take training at all. Like when we had tryouts, we had one kid tell Beza, who's like, you got Logan, and you got like, Beza's way up here. The dude knows the game inside and out. People are like, yeah, I don't like this, and they immediately just left the team right before tryouts were even over. And so I knew at least my guys would take it decently well, so I was happy about that. I mean, this guy I'd never met before. I'd had him and Ajax both were talking to me and telling me, hints and tips on how to be a good captain and how to, control my team. And I was like, okay, yeah, because I mean, I needed any help I could get at first because I was, I was super lost. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. And thankfully, though, my guys took it pretty well. I had a bit of a rough time. One kid had to go away, had other things he needed to do and pursue instead of being on this team. He just wasn't, doing his job as a team player. So, I mean, I think now the guys I have, the six of us, I think we're a pretty solid group of guys, listen pretty well. Finally, they're starting to listen to Logan and I. I think they understand, that we're not here to mess around. We're here to, play as a team. And if we want to win someday, at least have a chance of having a chance against Audible Gold or, some teams like that, we need to work together and work hard now before the fall comes around. So when the fall does come, we'll be prepared.
And with the competitive gameplay, it's totally different than just starting up a pub match and just going in, playing whatever, and like even like coordinating with some of your friends. Like it's a total different like feel and aura to it that whenever you kind of jump into something new, since you said you just started it, like I can only imagine just kind of the gap or like the mountain that you guys had to climb to learn about the game and to how rotations and how other teams that play in the leagues y'all play or other teams that you go, how they play and how you're supposed to move around the map and kind of stack behind people and do different techniques that way, huh?
Definitely did take a little bit.
Yeah. So I have a question of Will. So, like Call of Duty, you're playing it competitive with, like against other colleges. Right now, Cold War is like one of the most controversial CDL wise because of its terrible map pool. And the fact that they want to GA everything in sight, which is, for those of you who don't know, GA means General Agreement, or Gentleman's Agreement, which pretty much means you ban it. You can't use it. So what else? What are all the guns banned right now? What is it? AK-47,
XM4.
Didn't the
Every
QBZ just get
gun.
banned?
No,
I thought the QBZ just got banned.
It did in European and Asian leagues.
So it'll probably be coming soon.
Yo.
I don't know. It's nuts, dude.
And like half of the other attachments and guns and stuff also.
How do you guys think that kind of affects like the landscape of the games? Like if it's just the pro players kind of like obviously they like it's their lives and they play it and they do it all the time. Like do you think that I guess levels that are lower than professional should encourage the GA or should it go a different way? Because if it's just a gentleman's agreement, maybe there's some other leagues that have different rules to some of them that maybe they'll allow this or that, or do you think kind of everything's just gonna kind of follow line?
I think it mostly just depends on what tournament it is. I think CCL, which is like the College COD League, they follow gentlemen's agreements just like the pros do. For like a scrimmage or maybe like a game battles match, I don't think you have to follow the GAs as strictly. You and the other team captain can kind of chat that one out like I am today currently with the captain for New Mexico that we're scrimmaging tonight. You just kind of decide, do we want to have sights on ARs? Is that okay? Do you want to use the XM4? Like, I don't want to. Things like that. But I feel like if you want to take the game seriously and ever consider yourself of doing something past college involving Call of Duty, you need to take it seriously from here on out.
Yeah. What do you think about the? Oh, go ahead, Logan.
I got a little bit of an interlude here. With the whole GAing thing, I mean, look at Modern Warfare, right? What guns were GA'd, right? It was shotguns, LMGs, tactical rifles, and snipers, right?
No,
and then
snipers.
Oh no, it wasn't. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. It wasn't.
I remember using that AX-50. You were using it also. We were going off. Glory days, man.
And then we had and then they had like the basic tacticals and lethals, lethals and tacticals that were banned in like certain other things. But the thing is that like you weren't halfway through a CDL season and they're like, hey, you know the M4A1 that everyone runs? Get it out of here. It's too good. So how about this? Right here's a little bit of a opinion or whatever.
You listen to CCL?
No. Treyarch, are you listening? I mean,
yeah, bro.
You know, it's okay not to release a game every year. It's okay. All right, I promise you, you will get more sales if people think your game is good, right? And they'll stay with that game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, stop dropping an LC10, right? Mid Black Ops Cold War that gives the player who's using it a Modern Warfare kill time. You know what I mean? And then, like, if they just balance their guns correctly, then they wouldn't need to be GA'd constantly. I mean, the fact that, you know, as college level players, like, we're sitting here following what the CDL does, their meta, right? And the CDL meta is changing because people are GAing stuff, and then we have to change our play style. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about if you just joined a team and you, like, just mastered the Krig, you know, everything about it, and you're, like, going good, going strong, and they're like, hey, you know what? The Krig's gone, you know? Now your main ARs who are running those Krigs have to switch to something else that they might have never used before. Like, I think I used a QBZ for the first time the other day, or yesterday actually with Zach.
Yep.
I think I had like 10 kills on it before, but I was like, oh, well, if they're like GAing the Krigs, sights on ARs, like the QBZ has the best iron sights. You know, I mean, it was good and all, and luckily I just, you know, have experience playing a main AR, so I can like adapt to it very well.
Yeah.
But like, there's people that can't do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it could just ruin teams. And it's like, you shouldn't be having to change your meta of your game like that constantly with overpowered guns. You know, it's a AAA title. Get your stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, speaking of like guns and stuff getting swapped out, let's talk about maps also, because I know CDL. Yes, I heard that. CDL, they just changed it to where rest in peace in the chat for Crossroads Strike and Garrison. Search and Destroy. Yeah.
Yep.
Because they've now been switched out for Apocalypse Hardpoint and
Express SMD.
Yeah, Express SMD. From what it sounds like from a lot of people, most people are happy about the Express coming back because they want to relive the glory days of Black Ops 2. You know, like back in my day, and all that jazz. But like, I don't know anything about Apocalypse.
So right now, Milked in the chat, we're talking about Call of Duty Cold War right now. We're here with the OU COD Black Team Captain, and we're going just to be talking about that and just general topics of how the game's kind of going right now, or just Call of Duty Cold War and other ones in general. But I actually wanted to kind of get back to Logan's point real quick before you guys jump into the maps. Like, I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate with that is that if a game, obviously you said like every year, like it doesn't need to come out another one and like you'll sell more. I mean, Activision just had like their number one grossing ever time of this and that. Like, I forgot exactly what stat it was, but it's like number one most money they've ever got, number one grossing they've ever got. Like, on their side, they're fine with the money. That's also why people feel like they haven't gone with the anti-cheats or anything that route, because they already have the money. It doesn't really
Don't get
matter.
me started on anti-cheat. Don't get me started.
That's another topic.
You know who talked to?
No, I get it. I'm just saying, like, that's the devil's advocate side to it is like Activision saying like, and the other COD ones are like, well, if they make that much money releasing a game every year and it's not finished to or up to people's standards or anything like that, then they're just gonna keep making more money. So like, why put in that effort or kind of go? But I personally don't think any Call of Duty people don't purposely go out there and try and release a bad game.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that we're no longer paying for a game; we're paying for a service.
Infinite Warfare says otherwise.
So, like when Modern Warfare 2 and 3 released and stuff like that, like those games, I believe the stat is that there were like maybe 3 to 5 patches in the entire life cycle. Now we have one every 2 weeks, every month or something. You know
That's
what I mean?
Like 30 gigs.
Yeah, we're paying for a service. You know what I mean? Not a game. It's
I would say also, I mean, like there's other games, like, I mean, League of Legends has patch notes every couple of weeks that kind of go through and change it up. And I understand that, like, obviously, if you're like dedicated to a gun, it's gonna suck when they take it away. But that's why you don't be like one like tool in the shed. You know, you got to add your variety to your arsenal.
Well, right.
Well, here's what I would say also about the sales. If we're talking about sales, let's be honest here. A large reason of it is because they just got Warzone and the item shop. Because I know with Warzone, especially like within the first month, they hit 60 million players because it's free to play and all the people jumping on that bandwagon for that. Like that's really helped also. So like I think it's also because of the fact that not really from selling like games and stuff, but just having that Warzone available to be there and people going, oh, let's get the skins. I like this skin. Let's get the rose black skin just because of the fact that it can hide in bushes well. Yeah, let's hide. Let's hide in the corner. Look at me. I'm in the corner. You can't kill me now because
those videos are nuts.
Yeah,
like they're invisible.
It's such a pain. I run into them in the tournaments. We literally have a guy in there a squad that just runs the black rose skin, and you can't do anything about it. You're sitting
GA the rose skin, bro. GA the rose skin.
It's Warzone. You kidding me? They're not going to GA anything. You can't. The only thing you can GA in Warzone is actually I lied. I don't know where I was going with that line of thought, but Warzone is like so underdeveloped overall. Like it's just such a pain with it. Like the weapon metas, like every patch note they release, people are just like, all right, let's hop on this new gun that's going off. It's not even a game of like strategy really anymore. It's just whoever has the fastest aim or who has the best cheats.
Yeah, it's all about finding that. It's all about finding that gun they just dropped. Whatever gun they just dropped in Warzone, always pan fries kids, man.
Hold on. Back to what Jack said. Whoever has the best cheats. Let's talk about that. The fact. Okay, hold on. The fact that this is a AAA game and people are competing for thousands of dollars, and you can just throw on walls and then not get caught and nothing happened to you is insane. It's nuts. It's so stupid.
I came into contact with a guy the other day, and he uses cheats. I told him I don't respect him. I think he's a scumbag for it, but he has been using them since day one and has not been banned yet.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
They're doing a patch update every 2 weeks with their anti-cheat.
Okay.
And it still hasn't gotten those people.
And this is what I was gonna kind of bring up. There's we're talking about COD right now, and what I'm saying though is like, I mean, there's even other AAA games. I mean, Valorant just came out. They have hackers, they have wall hackers, they have aimbot. Like it's still there, and they literally make you install the software to try and prevent a lot of it. It obviously it's not as rampant as in Modern Warfare. Like literally, I mean, you see another video on anyone's like TikTok or YouTube of just like, is this allowed? Like, what's going on? And then each creator always takes like a couple, like they're like, I'm taking a break from Warzone until this glitch is fixed. Like I'm not doing this. Like they're in the ground, they're in the walls, like they're all over the place. Like there are other games that have it. So I don't know how it's ever gonna kind of be fixed, especially with some of the other topics that we'll get into later. But it's a problem, I think, for all games across the way. But Call of Duty, I think, just has maybe the most like vocal people right now, and they're because it's just so constant.
Oh, they're angry.
Yeah, you can't. We're furious. Like we're sitting here, we're trying to play the game like good, upstanding citizens, and we can't because Mr. Joe Blow comes down the corner from the black market where he just got his brand new wall hacking machine. It just changed his IP address for the 7th time just so he could play. He's playing on using NordVPN.
Let's go.
Got that Mr. Beast discount.
To move back to Zach here. I know the team is kind of like new and such, and you guys are still growing. But so far, what's been your favorite moment with them?
Oof. Oh, I would say my favorite moment at least was when we played SEMO in our second game battles tournament. We had played Crimson U of U our first tournament. And that was the dumpster fire you talked about, and that was rough. So we got kicked out pretty quick on that one. But then our second tournament took a pretty hard L, and all my guys seemed kind of down. So we kind of hyped them back up for our next match. We played SEMO, and we had probably the best hardpoint match I've ever seen on my team. We played hardpoint in Moscow, and I think we fought our way through it and got like a 250 to 228 win.
There you go.
And that was probably one of the best moments I've seen because my guys were just, using communication greatly. Whenever I told them to move somewhere, we were moving fluid, moving quick. We moved as a unit, and it was really nice to see.
Yeah. Zach, also, so you what The heck? Something just made a beeping noise. That's not good. All right.
Jesus,
Anyway,
bro.
yeah. Lately, I'm sitting here underneath my desk. I hear a beeping noise. I'm like, oh crap.
Well, Jackson will be
I'm
back with us in a sec. He's having some technical difficulties and he's not going to be here with us.
I'm in danger. Anyways, so Zach, how long you been playing Call of Duty?
Shoot. Anywhere like before they came out with multiplayer, you know, back on my PlayStation 2, I first started playing COD on Call of Duty Big Red One. That was probably the first Call of Duty I ever played, and I was pretty in love. I mean, I didn't think it was anything super crazy, and I started to fall in love really hard with Call of Duty when the 360 came out and they dropped Black Ops 1. That's why it's like I'll swear my life, I'll die on that hill. Like that's my favorite COD. And it's because probably was my first one, and I just enjoyed every minute of it. I never played any of like the wager matches or anything like that. I wasn't very good. I didn't start taking COD decently serious until I got probably into high school. That would have been Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare. When the Modern Warfare remaster came out, I started taking that seriously. That would have been, I think, my first to second semester of college at NOC. That's when I was like, you know what, man, I'd love to actually do something with this someday.
Yeah.
And who knew? You know, Cold War would drop, and all of a sudden I'm leading the team for OU.
I understand that completely. I was kind of like same boat. Also, I gotta ask, what is the Big Red One? I have never heard of that Call of Duty.
You never played Big Red 1? It's like, okay.
I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
Okay, Zach, what's that one mission where you're in the plane and all the planes are flying and you like shoot other planes down, but you can also like shoot your own planes down? I was a kid. I was weird as a kid. I used to shoot my own planes down. They go, friendly fire, friendly fire. Like, and it was funny to me.
That one game with the other planes that shoot at you, right? That one?
It's Call of Duty Big Red One was about World War II, and it's the 1st Infantry Division. So you pretty much, it goes through the campaign of you storm the beaches of Normandy, stuff like that. And I think there is a mission that you're talking about where you're in like a one of those big bomber planes, and you're the ball turret in the bottom of the plane.
Yep.
And you know, of course, you're shooting down Spitfires and stuff like that. And yeah, you can turn around and smoke your own team, like team-friendly planes, like kind of like what you could do in like Halo 1. You know, you could shoot Captain whatever his name was.
Oh yeah, Sergeant Johnson off of it. You just kill him.
Yeah, and then you fight the whole,
the whole army comes at you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna drop a picture.
Real quick, the chats. I have some people in here from my Discord server, and they want me dead. They're trying to overhydrate me. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it happens like every single time I stream. I just looked over here and I noticed maybe
It's
the beeping will
bro. You
stop.
can drink your water.
No, they spam like 30-something hydrates.
Well, how many hydrates do you have right now?
I don't have any because we don't have hydrates enabled on here. Unless we have like an offline hype train going over on mine, but I can't tell.
It's all good. Hey, well, take a sip. I mean, what's so bad? Get a little hydrate in your system.
That's what you get for making it so cheap. Whatever.
H2O is important, bro.
What I was gonna kind of jump into is that since we're all talking about like our favorite CODs and everything that we all kind of enjoyed, and you guys brought up one. Oh, would you like to have something before we jump?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm gonna interrupt, but So Zach, so personally, I'm gonna go into something personal real quick, and then I'll hit you with a question. There was a point in my like college career where I had like no motivation or had no like, what's the word?
Drive.
Like
energy.
Yeah, kind of drive, and like I didn't really see like when I was a kid, I wanted to go to OU, and then I got here and was doing classes, and I got to a point where I was like, it's just another school, it's whatever, and I was like, I had no drive to do anything, and I was like, I had no like, pride, I guess, like I had no pride in the school or whatever, and I was like, it's just another, another day, another bad grade kind of and my grades were dropping a lot, and then I joined our esports team, our COD team, and that like gave me a like huge feeling of like pride to be it sooner, I guess, and like with that I started doing better in my classes and such and all that. So my question for you is like, has becoming a member of our team changed your college career any?
Yeah, I would say it has, because I was a transfer student before I came here, so I went to a JUCO, and so I was used to being around all of my friends, teachers I knew. The teachers cared about me, knew my name, first and last. Grades were easy to come by. And I come here for my first semester of meteorology, and I get kicked right in the face with a scraping by for a C,
Mm-hmm.
and had no friends. And I was like, man, this is tough. And it was thankfully I was able to make some buddies who like to go storm chase and stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
did that 2 weekends ago, or last weekend actually. And it was nice to have people that I could talk to and hang out with that understood what I was going through, because we're all on the same track. But I never had anyone that truly related to how I felt about video games. Most of them just cared about sports,
Mm-hmm.
and so I couldn't talk about, you know, 100 Thieves, having a nasty debut in like CCL or something like that. Like, I couldn't get hype. I tell my friends like, "Yo, Crimson just took a big win. Like, I'm really happy for him." And they're like, "Well, who's Crimson? What's that?" But now I have a team of guys and people, who are my age or younger and older, that
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm talking about, and that,
Yeah.
know the grind, know what I'm putting the time in for, and stuff like that. And I think it's really great. Makes COD, it makes playing COD more fun, and it makes college more fun, because I know after a long day of classes, I can get on with the guys and just, dumpster on some kids, and not have
Yeah.
to worry about much.
Yeah.
All right, let's deal with hypotheticals here for a minute. With Cold War, how do you see the future of this game ending up by the end? Do you think it's gonna like end up everything working out in the end, or do you think it's just gonna be like a massive like dumpster fire World War III looking thing?
Mm, I
Like,
would say with the way it's going,
yeah.
dude, it's not going to be a whole dumpster fire, but it's going to be a dumpster, just because everything's getting GA'd, and that's tough, especially for a team like what Logan was saying. Like, you have one guy who loves running the Krig, and say the Krig gets banned. Well, that sucks, because there's some kids that can't afford more than one tool in the shed at a time. They just don't have that mindset or skill base, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, every kid plays different,
Mhm.
but I'm hoping, instead of Activision releasing a third game in a row, Sledgehammer or Treyarch will actually drop a game for once, and make something decent. Um, hop
Isn't
off
the next
the
Call of Duty Sledgehammer?
Yeah,
should be.
sadly. Yeah, it's so with Sledgehammer, the issue is that this last year they were supposed to come out with it, but they messed up a lot or something like that. Like, I guess they had like a
Classic.
bunch of, yeah, classic Sledgehammer. Am I right? But uh, because they kept messing up, Activision's like, yeah, we're just gonna like take the reins from you. We're gonna give it back over to Treyarch for a second game. And they were like, wait a second, we don't have this. We're not ready for something like this. Like, you didn't tell us it was gonna be this short of a time span until like a year
Mhm.
before. At least that's from what we know. But rumors going around right now that Sledgehammer is thinking about going back to World War II again. Uh,
I've
we're storming
I've
the
I've
beaches, boys.
given I've given my opinion on that
And
Shoot.
in my streams.
well,
I believe we
Yeah.
kind of Zach. I think we kind of cut you off though. Sorry
Oh, you're good,
about
bro.
that.
There was nothing much else to say. I mean, to bounce off though what Jackson said, man, if they make another World War II game, that's like beating a dead horse, man. I'm not saying go to the future, but you could at least go a little bit in the future. Not like where we have exosuits again, but
Right.
maybe like a hypothetical World War III game or something, man. Like,
Yeah.
I've had enough. Like, I love World War II games. It's great, but I think COD has kind of put as much effort as they could into that, and I think it's about time that we hop off that hype train and move on to a different stem of FPS, war games.
Yeah.
And then secondly, I believe Raven stepped in for Warzone, not Cold
Yeah.
War. Raven's
They're
doing. That's why there's
they're with
actually a
me
somewhat
now.
usable anti cheat now, because Raven stepped
Mm.
in.
Yeah,
and
the anti cheat that doesn't do
Yeah.
its job.
I mean,
Well,
with
I mean,
us
it's better than nothing. It's taken him what 2 years now. So
with
You.
Facts.
It's only been out for a year, man.
how's
with
it? Oh.
with
Yeah,
us
there's 1 year
talking kind of
anniversary.
about multiple games and how it's going around. This was a segment where we're gonna play a little game kind of on stream with everybody, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be like you're gonna see us talk about it, but we're gonna do a a Call of Duty tier list, since we're going into so many about this one and like, oh, I like this side, I like that. I'll defend Black Ops 1. Like, we are going to try and do a tier list for best Call of Duty out of us four, and hopefully we don't tear each other's heads off and we kind of go into it. And yeah, we'll bring in zombies into the effect. Like, we'll factor in everything. This will be like, usually some other tier lists, they do some specific things. We're just going to go with the best, and we're going to go with overall, like everything that comes together. Just because one has one really lacking in one section doesn't mean we're just going to rule it out. But let's kind of, let me see if I can...
you're talking to the king of zombies right now. The man who has mastered every single Easter egg of Black Ops 4 and somewhat of Black Ops 3, if I do say so myself. So
I prize or something, kid.
I gotta toot their own little horn real quick.
All right.
Oh, man. That's a tough question to ask, though.
Yeah. You know what they should do? We should bring back Advanced Warfare 2. Don't give me that face, Logan. It's a good idea. I want to be flying around the map with the jetpack again. Not actually, lying. It wasn't a jetpack. It was an exosuit.
Yeah, we don't want that. No one wants that.
Bro, I want that. That's Advanced
Okay.
Now that we're getting into it, what's going to be like, I apologize for the discoloration of the tier list, but just know that this is like orangey red, and then it goes orange, and then like a lighter mustard, and then it goes down to like a yellow.
Have S to D tier?
Yeah,
mustard.
We'll have it and then never played. If there's one that none of us have ever played throughout all of it. So this is how we're gonna do it, is just S, A, B, C, and D. And all right. I mean, I guess you want to go with just how they have here, or who would like to go up and defend their first one? Because I can just jump in with what's gonna happen first.
Do you have it up on the screen, or we're just going off of it's not showing up?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. You may have to screen share.
Oh no, I gotta do this here. Check it.
Let's check.
Boom.
Oh, that's cool. Boom. Oh, I love that animation. Oh, man.
I'm sorry, I had it up here on the editing one, and then I just didn't click the transition.
You weren't lying about that little discoloration.
Bro, I said... Hey, we're all in college, man. Like, I'm trying my best here.
Why does it look like the different colors of a Smarties wrapper?
Hey, you know what? Yeah, okay, yeah, I like that. Like, we're gonna go. This is our Smarties tier list right now, going on with it. But the first thing that we have that I'm gonna kind of flash right here is, do I need a graphic designer? We're growing, literally, like, as this podcast kind of continues and goes on, like, we'll have a bunch of different dude, give me a sec. Whoa, I'm just moving it around while I talk at this. But moving forward, like, things are gonna start changing and growing, and we're gonna have different overlays, different things kind of happening and transitions, and this is just kind of our first go at it, and we're just gonna continue forward with that. But the first one that it shows here that I don't know exactly, like, on that one is Black Ops 1.
D.
Oh, that's
D.
That's a strong.
Whoa.
So wait. If you're gonna jump in with it, like, I need a reason why. You can't just be like, reason why.
All right, chill. Don't shoot the messenger yet. I'm gonna change it. I just wanted to say that for the reaction. I just wanted to knock a few heads right there. All right.
Okay. Well, Jackson, go ahead. What do you think it should be?
Honestly, Black Ops 1, solid campaign, multiplayer not the best. Zombies though was kind of good, so Zombies is gonna bring some back.
It's kind of good.
Wasn't the best Zombies round yet, Brandon. Wait your turn. Gosh. Golly.
Wait, Brandon. This is Black Ops 2.
Is that what it is? Shoot.
Yeah.
Hey, don't look at that, bro. Right here.
Oh my lord! Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. The Black Ops 2 thing, where it's holding the gun and one, like, two pistols.
I'm gonna give it.
There you go.
I'm gonna give it a B.
A B.
I don't think it's the best, but it's not the worst.
How do you just jump from B to D? Like, what's going on here?
I told you. I was here for the reactions.
Hold no mercy, bro.
I guess I'll go next year. I mean, I played a little bit of Black Ops 1, right? I didn't really do a lot of it. I mainly played on my dad's console when I was like 10 or something. Mm-hmm. Campaign was great. Wonderful campaign. From what I did play, I mean, maps were all right in Black Ops 1. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, the one that's really memorable for me is like the snow map with like the satellite in the middle. You know what I mean?
Array.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Array.
Yeah, Array. For me personally, because of campaign and kind of multiplayer, I'm gonna have to agree with Jackson and put it at B. Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta go with B.
What do you think, Zach?
Black Ops 1, man? Is that what we're talking about? Or talking about Black Ops 2?
Black Ops 1. We're on Black Ops 1, yeah.
Okay. All right, so Black Ops 1, man, like I said, I'm going to die on that hill. I'm definitely not going to give it an S tier. I'd say it was probably the best zombies I played, but it was also my first one. Like, Kino, man, you can't beat Kino. Like, there's no beating that map. So I would...
You have Zombie Chronicles.
I mean, yeah.
No.
By the way, any input from chat's welcome, by the way.
Yeah.
I would, I don't know, man. I would have to give it at least a solid A, man, because I really enjoyed it. Campaign was clean, multiplayer was good. This is like, if you get on it now, yeah, it's not good no more because everyone hacks into it. But when it first came out, man, couldn't be beat, man. It was just a clean, like, high quality game.
This is what I'm gonna throw into the mix with it with Black Ops 1. I mean, that's like the first time that. I mean, even this is kind of like a minuscule thing, but I think like score streaks, if you want to kind of bring that in, or kill streaks with the dogs. I mean, like having the ability to call it was dogs, right? Dogs came in for the first time there.
Nope.
Not in Black Ops 1.
World at War.
World at War.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Final score streak. You literally summon these badly rendered dogs.
Yeah. Hey, you leave those dogs alone.
It was terrifying.
Little PNGs like scrolling across the screen.
Well, no, then this one was the one where the orbital VSAT, right? That's what it's called. Orbital VSAT was their pretty much advanced UAV or Blackbird.
No, orbital VSAT was BO2.
Was BO2?
No, yeah. Blackbird was the same thing.
Yeah.
But
score streaks were pretty solid though.
Kino, bro, like I just think like Zombies carries it a lot, dude. Like I don't know, I feel like Zombies, like that was the backbone for a lot of other people to kind of jump into, just because I think World at War was a little bit sooner, like a little bit before the time of this generation that's kind of going around. Like I think World at War was older. Like it was just like when I played it, y'all were way younger than me. So
I was on like my PS2, I think.
And I mean, that's a pretty good list that you just threw on there. It's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare number 1, and then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 as
How is Black Ops 2 nowhere on that list?
Hey, let me run through the thing. Call of Duty. Just Call of Duty is number 3, or is that and then Call of Duty 2 was number 4. Call of Duty Black Ops is 5. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is 6, and then Call of Duty World at War is 7 on that one. Pretty good list. I mean, we got a couple missed ones in there. But we'll go with it. We'll just jump into the next one. I think give it a B. A B's a solid tier. I kind of like it more in the A, just for it to be like the start off of like the Black Ops franchise, kind of that route. But it's just up to y'all if you want to keep it this way. This good?
Send it.
All right. We'll keep it right here for now. Then I guess we'll just jump into Black Ops 2. Welcome. Black Ops 2 has entered the match.
S.
Why is that?
One of the best campaigns, one of the best rounds of zombies. Buried, Origins, Mob of the Dead. Can't go wrong with Mob of the Dead. Literally, like, best zombies theme song for any of the maps. Transit, if it wasn't, like, I got to give them some respect with what their vision was for it. Reason why, like, if you go back and look at, like, what their original plan was on paper, it's amazing, because they were planning on having, like, 2 different versions of the map, whether or not you completed the Black Ops Easter eggs. The only
True, agreed.
Yeah. Oh, the only you can keep Transit in. The only map you need to really ignore is Die Rise.
That map was actually kind of fun.
Which one is Die Rise again?
Skyscraper.
Upside down and stuff like that.
Yeah, the skyscrapers and the elevators.
That's like when they introduced the trampoline.
I just got to point out real quick with the Die Rise. There was actually a zombies YouTuber who bought like 7 billboards surrounding the Treyarch offices and put up on them remastered Die Rise. And there's like 7 billboards surrounding their offices saying that.
I could support it, to be honest.
Yeah, I would also. I think it would be like, honestly, all of the Black Ops 2 maps for zombies would be amazing.
Definitely buried, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's rumors going around that Call of Duty Cold War might revisit them. They're talking about doing a second round of Zombie Chronicles. And I'd kill to see that, honestly.
Shoot.
Kill to see another Zombie Chronicles and updated custom map tools. But yeah, no, solid S hands down. Yeah. Love the guns. I love the maps. All the DLCs were amazing. Campaign, lately. I was gonna do the scream, but I forgot what it was. Josefina! That's what it was. But yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. have you not played the campaign? What? Mendez, literally.
The Josefina thing?
An entire, in the campaign, there's like an entire mission where Mendez just runs around yelling out Josefina.
Yeah.
Because that's his sister, and she's like getting shot or something like that.
I mean, you mean Darius, right? Not Darius?
It's Darius.
Is this the correct German translation? Like, what is this?
No, it's not German. No, there's two maps: Darius and Darius. Darius is from.
Dude, I'm out of the loop on the zombie game.
Yeah, no, man. I gotta catch you
there
up.
we go. That's what I'm feeling. Like once you say Darius, I was like, bro, is he just not saying Darius? Like I'm over here, like freaking out. Like, dude, which one was it? But so you said S. Do you also agree, Logan? Because you said that at the beginning.
Oh, dude. Okay, so I mean, if you ask any like classic Call of Duty player, people who've just been around Call of Duty for a while, what their favorite COD map ever is, most of them are gonna say a map from BO2. I mean, Hijacked, Raid, Slums. You know what I mean? Like it's all wonderful maps that they have. You know what I mean? It's great.
Okay.
I think I mean, solid S for me.
Oh yeah, I would definitely give it an S, just because whatever I thought the campaign may have been lacking, I feel like the rest of the game definitely picked up on. Multiplayer was great. Any DLC gun they came out with was perfect. Wasn't overpowered. Looked nice. You didn't have to, spend a bunch of money on getting skins. It's like if you wanted to buy the DLC, cool. If you didn't, you didn't have to. And every zombies map they had was just clean. Like I would fork over my whole entire stimulus for a Buried remaster, bro.
You know what that just reminded me of?
What?
The custom emblems.
Oh man.
Okay. But
yeah.
Was custom emblems only two? It wasn't in one.
No. It was in others, but custom emblems in one.
And
was
Black Ops.
Really, Black Ops 1 was like really like basic and stuff. There wasn't like a whole lot you could do.
So Black Ops 2 custom emblems.
Black Ops 2 custom emblems. Oh yeah, that's a. Let's just kind of move on from that. That's like a It's like kind of like let's shove it in the corner and.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna sit there for 50 minutes or an hour customizing my whole thing just to show off whatever it is. Like some of them were pretty cool. Some of them were just like, why? Like it just I don't know. It kind of just threw me because it just shows me like the other people that I'm playing with. I'm like, bro, I'm not really feeling all that. But I mean, I guess it's up to each their own. Me personally, I would drop it to A. I think there's another game that just tops everything. So I would drop it to A for sure. But because the majority has it at S, because, I mean, S is like, it's all, like, I don't know, man. I think it's an A. Like, ultimately, like, just how the vibe of it was, like, it's not every single part that was amazing. Like, it just wasn't.
I have a second S that I'm going to get, like, you guys are going to find me in a ditch tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
like I'm gonna be dead.
Well, I'm gonna leave this.
I'll
leave it up just because the majority has S, so we'll go with that. I definitely say A, but this one I'm actually gonna jump in first and say on this one.
All right, high roller. Okay.
Infinite Warfare is one that we're kind of going over next.
Logan, I'm gonna end up in that ditch with you.
And I think my people know, like, that are in here kind of see where it's gonna land, and yeah, it's down there, bud. Like Infinite Warfare, and there's some other ones that need to just.
I want to go after you. I want to go after you.
It's all good. You can put me in whatever ditch you want, but like this is like is garbanzo beans, dude. Like I'm just like, for me, it wasn't memorable. Like it's just not. Like it's not memorable. Like no one's like, hey, dude. Like the only time you're bringing it up is to trash on it. Like that's the only time. No one's like, oh, Infinite Warfare this, Infinite. It's just not.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Infinite Warfare the one that had Kevin Spacey? Is like
Advanced Warfare. That's Advanced Warfare.
That's Advanced.
Oh, is it?
In space, right?
Infinite Warfare had the guy from Game of Thrones.
Are you sure?
Okay, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm serious. The main villain of the main character of Game of Thrones was the villain.
See, even Boston Wifey in the chat says, I refuse to play it again, just like everybody else, but continue to defend or do whatever.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Never mind. I thought it was Advanced Warfare.
It's gonna be down there with the other one. I don't look. Hey, well, okay, Jackson, are you gonna defend it though or no?
Yeah.
You're gonna die
Alright,
on
let's
the hill,
hear it.
bro?
I'll die on the hill.
Let's hear
No,
it.
Logan said he wanted to go next. I'm a gentleman.
No,
Logan?
he thought it was advanced. That's the only reason you wanted
Oh,
to jump in. Yeah.
I have a special reason for advanced because it brought a single thing that changed COD forever that I really enjoy.
What are you gonna say? Is it gonna be SBMM? Skill based.
Hey, wait, Jackson, do you defend? Yes, no.
Yeah. So I'll defend it. So, Infinite Warfare campaign to this day is still one of my favorite campaigns. The reason why, because if you go through like the history of Call of Duty campaigns, most of them you get backstabbed. There's some major M. Night Shyamalan plot twist.
Okay.
This one though, straightforward. Literally, you know what you're getting into. Here's the main villain. It's a bunch of space colonists or miners and stuff who are having an uprising, and they're turned into like eco-terrorists, from what I remember. And they're wanting to just basically like destabilize the U.S. and stuff. So they built this giant navy. You're the captain of a Navy spaceship, and you go around go around different planets, and you're fighting them. They had like side missions you could do where you could fly around space jet and go like do space battles and stuff like that. And you could also, I think there's 4 different missions where it's like you board through ships. Like you'd start off in outer space and you'd like kind of jetpack around in space and go board through ships. It was so cool. Like it really kind of hit me. Zombies wise, I think they only had 2 good maps, 2 or 3 maps that were good. Zombies in Spaceland to this date still one of my favorite zombies maps. Just because like something about listening to Frankie Goes to Hollywood's Relax or Rapture by Blondie while shooting zombies and hearing the voice of David Hasselhoff speaking over the loudspeakers kind of hits different. They also did a really good job with celebrity camos and zombies, but like the maps, they could have used a lot more work. Multiplayer though, toss that in the dumpster. Therefore, I'm going to say it deserves a C or a B. No, I lied. I'm not going to fish that far. I'm going to say a C. And I will die on the hill of C.
The thing is, though, like, I mean, if I want to fly a spaceship and do that, I'm going to play Star Wars. I'm going to go play Battlefront. I'm going to go play something else. I'm going to go play Squadron Fighter. Well, I guess back then Squadron Fighters wasn't a thing, but, like, I would go play Battlefront, too. Like, I'd go do that and, like, kind of play those space battles. Huh?
Battlefront 2 isn't out yet.
I'm talking about old school. I'm talking about PS2. That's what I'm talking about. I'd rather load up a PS2 and play that than come over and play this game. I'm super strong with saying a D. It's up to y'all if y'all want to move it up to a C.
I'll keep it at D.
Yeah, there was nothing really super memorable about it to me. And like the campaign, like I don't know, I like the back twist. I like the the stab in the back. This one was like, yeah, good job, you saved the world. Go die in outer space with your robot.
That's what it is, dude. It doesn't like the campaigns, in my opinion, need to have that. You have to have it because it's something whenever you're recalling old games like this, like you're not like, oh man, which one was this? Oh, what is that? Like if it's just not memorable enough. But because we already beat the dead horse there, we're gonna continue with this. And another strong one that I'm gonna start off with actually is putting this in D immediately. And I know Logan's gonna start malding, but Advanced Warfare is the one right here, folks, and everybody that's watching it. Is that I think whenever like I'm like from a professional player, like I've seen interviews and about them talk about this game and how it goes. It's like some of them want it back just because they wanted the skill gap higher because it's too easy. But I think that was also a problem, in my opinion, with like how Halo 5 kind of came out. They tried raising this gap with a little bit more mechanics and kind of making that way, and it ruined Halo, in my opinion. Like Halo 5 garbage, campaign terrible, all that's how it goes. But with Advanced Warfare, once it adds exosuits and all this other stuff, like it's just not COD. Like it's the same thing. Like once you go to space, I think it's kind of ruined. Like Infinite gone, Advanced Warfare, like that's just it. It tried adding more, and then from that, like it didn't really expand anywhere. Like they didn't continue exosuits because of how bad like they got back from it. I'm pretty sure, and also there wasn't one in the future about that far out and stuff. But
they didn't continue exosuits. They did for the next 3 Black Ops or 2 Black Ops games.
No, the Black Ops is different. This is Modern Warfare. That's what I'm talking about. Like Modern Warfare Realm.
Oh yeah, 3, 4 had exos. Infinite came after Advanced, right? and had.
Force
Infinite came before, I
Four
think.
had kind of like mild exos. It wasn't like complete like flying exo mechanics, but
No, I'm talking
it
about
was
like I'm talking about just from a Modern Warfare like franchise side, not from Black Ops. Like that's why I'm saying the exosuits adding it into Modern Warfare type game styles, not it. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
The kill time's like way different than like a Black Ops and maneuvering around and all that. But I mean
Oh
that's
yeah,
just my
Advanced
thing.
Warfare came out before.
What's yours?
Advanced
Logan?
came before Infinite.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean that's
First game
just
to
a
drop
newer
exosuit.
version of Dumpster.
okay, well, put on your 3D glasses because it's coming at you, right? Without exosuits, I mean, okay, I like the skill gap, right? Because here's the thing:
Jeez.
anyone can run and shoot, but like if I get killed by someone that's just like running and they stop and shoot me, I'm gonna be like, okay, kind of odd, right? But if this man like double jumps off a wall and like 360 hits me, like I'm gonna be like, wow, like that's crazy, right? But like the ability to use like exosuits and stuff just brought such a new skill level, like advanced, you know what I mean? Skill level that I love. Also, it brought about sliding. I believe it was the first game you could slide in, was it not? You could dolphin dive in Black Ops 2. But
Yeah, I
like,
think it was Dolphin Dive all the way until you got to Advanced.
Yeah.
but like, and that led into like some of the stuff that we have in Modern Warfare with the advanced movement that you have now, which is like when it comes to like slide canceling and like tack running and stuff like that, or tack sprinting, and even into Cold War, you know, where you have like a slide canceling as well, and then you've got like new movement styles coming out that people are doing, and like that with like I loved Modern Warfare's movement simply because I could slide cancel a corner and then go into like a bunny hop and then bang someone in the face with a sniper, and it was great. I loved it. I felt like I just finessed them hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like it would have stayed that level of just like plain movement for years if Advanced Warfare wouldn't have come out with its movement.
I think it would have evolved either way. It's COD. They're gonna find something new, and that's what they tried making new. And like after that, like I don't know. I just don't think it's it. Like it's just not like it's not it. Like that's the reason that it. Oh wait, he said I think Ghost had slide first. Also, in the chat he said go play Titanfall if you want to do all that. I thought it was pretty funny. Titanfall is pretty nice.
Yeah.
But,
how many? But Titanfall sucks though. Anyway, so for my ranking of Advanced Warfare though, just because of like the new innovations it brought, you know, like no one uses a Ford Model T car anymore, right? No one likes using them. They're out of date. They're garbage cars now. But they brought about, you know, what we have today.
Yeah.
It's classic. It's history. It's COD history. I put it at B.
Bro,
okay.
Are you only saying that because we put Black Ops 1 at a B? So you're like, I can defend it because we said that Black Ops 1 was like the start of it, or what? Because
No, because it's a genuine B.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jackson? What do you think, Zach?
Zach, do you have anything, or do you want?
You can take your 3D goggles off now, by the way.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'll make it quick. So I don't know if I can support the B, but I could definitely go with a good C. Campaign I thought was really good. I agree though with Logan. The exosuit thing, it wasn't pretty. And Advanced definitely wasn't smooth, very janky. But it did bring in something really new and interesting, and I really enjoyed it. And I actually kind of thought the zombies were fun. I mean, it was really easy to get high rounds, especially with all the glitches they had on that map. But it was interesting, and the characters they brought in were a different change of pace. Instead of like, you know, some rough and tough, you know, Soviet soldier, it was, you know, Bill Paxton. It was some kind of worker, just came out of nowhere. I think that was something that was really new and cool. Multiplayer was great. Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. The slide mechanics and stuff like that, and how it just kind of brought on a new era, especially when it, like, you know, they fixed it on the way to Black Ops 3.
You know what? I believe wasn't Advanced Warfare also the first Call of Duty to have gung ho, where you could run, and slide and move all while shooting and reloading. That was sick. I loved that. I loved that.
We got to move on from this though, just because there's a lot of other ones I got to get into. But ultimately, so Logan said B, I said D, Zach said C. Jackson, what do you got? This is your last take.
S.
So it bounces out of a B. I think it bounces out of B.
There's a D, a C, a B.
Yeah.
And then you think an S balances it out down to B? There's a B and a D. B, D, S. Hey, is there a math major in the
No, but you know what I do know? I do know that
Hey.
Silver Plus Sonic believes that it should be a B for Bow Obsidian Steed.
Thank you, because that's also, dude, that's a great point. Because with you having like to freaking open something up and get a gun for you to win, you were just saying like how all these new guns, in these games ruin a lot of things. Like it's exactly what it does. Like you're searching and searching and searching over and over to get it. Right? That's when this game was when that went around, where you had to get a certain type.
It was totally not the game that introduced the supply drops.
Not supply drops in general.
Oh,
I'm talking
every
about
every Call of Duty game. Listen, every Call of Duty game that has supply drops in it, immediately throw it D. I don't want to talk about it.
Isn't that this one though? Because Advanced Warfare, you have to. How'd you get it?
Wait. Did Advanced Warfare have?
Advanced Warfare was the first game that introduced supply drops.
Thank you.
Was it?
Boom. That's all I had to hear.
Made the game trash.
That's all I had to, yeah, the game variance, that literally throws it out the window because we can talk about mechanics all day, but the second that was introduced, ruined everything, ruined the future of COD, and that's what I think this game did, ruin the future of COD. It's staying down there. Next, we have...
Hey, put it at C or I leave. No, I'm kidding.
I'm so glad that Logan could join us right now, but no, next is Call of Duty 2. I personally have not played it, so that's me.
Yeah, we should keep it like the newer stuff. You know what I mean? Like so we have more.
Let's bring it back down. Let's go. You know what? I'm just gonna go this whole entire line. Then we're gonna go.
Make the cutoff. Make the cutoff.
Black
Ops.
Right? Anything before? No, that's 4, right? This is 3.
Yeah. Anything before Black Ops 1, yeah.
So anything? You think anything before Black Ops 1? Gotcha.
What is that?
That's Black Ops 3.
Yeah, that's Black Ops 3. That's Black Ops 3 because I had the metal case for it.
All right. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because Black Ops 4 is whenever he's running. It's whenever they added up operators and all that or whatever.
Oh, give me a second.
I was so close to getting the Juggernog mini fridge.
Oh.
So mad I did not.
Black Ops 3, I think, was the first time in a Black Ops game, I think, Master Prestige, right? That's when Black Ops 3. What? Someone give me a rundown of Black Ops 3, just so because all the Black Ops fuse in my head, bro. Like I could care less.
Black Ops 3. I'm gonna say it's an A for one reason. The campaign was some sort of Da Vinci Code inception kind of thing. It was a hot mess. Multiplayer though, it was pretty good. It kind of lost its pace towards like the last DLC pack for like multiplayer. The last two kind of lost their like feel to it. It was like whatever. There's toss-up maps at this point. Zombies though was outstanding.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Okay. Wait. No, I just wanted to hear a rundown. Zombies. I don't want to hear the. I just want a rundown. After zombies, what were the zombie maps? And then the next in multiplayer, what was the multiplayer like? I'm trying to just get into my head again.
Multiplayer. You had the different classes. So there was kind of like Valorant and Overwatch. Like you had different characters, you had different abilities. Zombies. You had Shadows of Evil, Dreisendrach. Yeah, Deadlock. Grod Crovey, Revelations. Zetsubo, and you also had the introduction of custom zombies maps, like being officially supported by Treyarch.
That was great. Hey, if you didn't play Cheese Cube, yikes!
I'm gonna get BO3 on PC just so I can play custom.
I was gonna say, that's like BO3 on PC too. So if we're adding that into a whole nother factor, I mean that's like mods and everything else. But just the base game.
Then C. For me,
I'd say B.
Yeah, I'm talking about just base game. I'm not talking about anybody else like adding to it. Well, I guess if they supported it for the mods, and I guess it's a thing. But
no. Then B. If we should add that in.
Okay,
it's
so
B.
There's B.
It's B because of that.
All right, and then Zach, what do you think? What's your call on that?
I'm giving it a B strictly off of multiplayer and zombies because, like Jackson said, dude, the campaign was garbage. Absolutely trash. Like that last mission when he tells me I'm in a frozen forest and I'm running around, zombies everywhere. No, get that out of here.
And then, so Jackson, you said an A or
I say personally it needs to stay at an A. I think that's because another reason why. Yeah, my A reasoning also is because that's like the last time you would have seen perks and zombies for like the legitimate ones for a long time.
Okay. And then Zach, what'd you say it was?
I'm gonna give it a good old fashioned B.
B, so B, and then an A. I'm gonna go a C so that it averages out to a B. There we go. That's just me, bro. But next, Black Ops 4.
D.
So
D. Blah.
I think
Hey.
Black Ops 3 was the first time I completed Dark Matter. No, Dark Matter didn't come. What did Dark Matter look like in that one? In 3?
That was like kind of like a spacey looking thing.
Mhm.
Kinda looked like,
And then 4 is the reactive, right? That's when they started acting like the
Yeah.
reactive.
Yep.
Okay.
That was, I think that one had like Disco Diamond and all that.
I personally didn't even really play the zombies on that one either. I played more multiplayer. Like that one, I played a ton of multiplayer, and just because like I think that was just like the game for whatever reason at the time, like that played with me and my friends. So, just because of my achievements, I'll go with a B and how that kind of went round. But that's just my hot take, just off a rip off of barely anything really. What do y'all think?
D.
Dude, all right, come on, man. You're being a little bit harsh there.
And then what
BO4
about?
even have a campaign?
No. Well, I'll defend it in this sense. The campaign, it did, but it was like more like subtle story and all that, kind of like what Warzone's doing right now. The story mode, like it had like operator missions that you could do, where like you'd play as like a dedicated operator, give you like a backstory cutscene. Once you completed all of them, it would give you the Blackout story, and then from Blackout you'd unlock audio files and stuff, and it would give you the rest. So it wasn't like the best. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
like,
wait. No, then the this one Black. That's what it was. Blackout. I was like, what mode am I missing in it? Dude, like Blackout was the start of it all. Like, why? Like, how are you gonna throw it down to C or D when Blackout was there? Is it just because you didn't like it, Logan and Zach?
Blackout was horrible. What do you mean? Blackout was disgusting.
Blackout was the first time that there was any type of like battle royale or anything in like COD, like in general. That was like first steps to make Modern Warfare.
If you're gonna love Advanced so much, bro, you got to give BO4 some hype just because they did like the start of Call of Duty battle royales.
Really,
like the battle royales is really what carries it. Like that's what I would say personally. It just carries it up. It brings it up. It fixes all the holes of what you're thinking right now. But just because it was like a whole nother feature and how it went, I don't know.
We don't talk about zombies and it's a blue screen of death. We'll just like call that like Blackout evening it up.
I'll put it down to C then. I'm down to put it down to a C if it had those problems and other things.
Non-negotiable B.
So you say B, you say C, Zach.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna go with you want D, Logan, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go with the C. I'll go with the C. I'll bring it down.
Trying to do Blood of the Dead. Yeah, you have a good point.
All right, next we got up is what we're gonna jump into. Let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All right, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare.
Ooh, sheesh.
Anyone?
I never played it. I'm setting this one out.
All right. What about you, Zach? What about you, Ajax? Did y'all ever play it?
I played the remastered. I tried the original, but I literally got like hacker bound, so I went and returned the game to GameStop immediately and got like $5 back for the $20 game I purchased.
Let's go.
GameStop.
Let's go, dude.
Maybe GME.
Hey, hold the line.
But I played the remastered. The remastered version of it was pretty good. I'd say that's the game that kicked it all off. So I'm gonna say just because it kicked it all off, I say that deserves our first A tier spot, because without MW, MW or Modern Warfare really shaped the way Call of Duty has gone today. Look, how many years has it been since that came out? I think that was 2000. That was 2007. Holy crap! It's been 14 years, and even now we're still playing with Captain Price, and half of the characters from the original from that game, and MW and Warzone. So just because of its impact that it's had on Call of Duty as a whole, I say it deserves that A spot.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Then A for also Zach, and then me, I'm gonna say yeah. I would give it that. It just sucks that now that there is a lot of hackers on it and kind of how it went. I mean, it's been out for so long, and they just kind of left the game there. So once you jump into it, there's a bunch of just modded lobbies and everything that kind of goes down. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have tried recently.
But it's unfair to talk about it rate it as it is now, as you used to rate it as it was at its height.
Yeah, I was just saying it's unfortunate that it happened. So we're just gonna keep it in its prime. We'll all go with A. It had solid how it went. We'll keep it there. Next one we're gonna jump into is Call of Duty Ghost. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even play it.
Me neither. But I watched. That's when I got into the competitive scene, and I almost I started watching competitive. I almost stopped watching competitive. Think of how bad the game was.
All right, so I got a few. So I'm not gonna like give it like big defense like I was giving with Advanced Warfare. I'm gonna say it deserves a D or a C, one of the two. But like it had some of my favorite multiplayer maps in it just because of its interactivity. Like
Mhm.
like that was like literally like they had a map. It was in the final DLC pack called Gold Rush, and it was like an old mining town, and they had mine carts going in and out around the map that you could hop inside, and you could literally just act like a mobile sentry turret. And they just had like little things like that, like Levolution on like almost every single map. I didn't really like how they did like the strike orders and all that, but
Yeah.
multiplayer you could play as Michael Myers, Predator, some weird guy in a Lucador mask, running around with a knife and a revolver. That was on steroids, I think. I don't know. He was going really fast though.
What do you what do you think, Zach?
Yeah, I'm giving it a D. Like, it had some good things, like squads. Squads was cool, but I feel like the skill base required to be good at that game was really low. Like, I played it on my buddy's Wii U, and I got like 24-0 in that game. Like, dude, come on, man. Like, I wasn't very good when Ghost came out, and so for me to drop a 24 bomb and not die once, that's terrible. The campaign though was pretty solid. I'd almost say I'd give it a C just for the campaign alone, but I think the multiplayer weighs it down way too much.
Yeah.
All right, and then Logan, you said you
D.
D. Okay.
Yeah.
So I haven't played, but there's 2 D's and 1 C, so we're gonna keep it at a. Oh wait, no, Zach, are you gonna go with C or D?
No, I'm gonna keep with the D.
D. All right, then we're gonna leave it at D right there. Next,
D for Dog.
we have World War II.
Okay. So, World War II, I'm gonna have to say a D. Like D, either a D or a C once again. D. Let's do D for Dunkirk. Reason why? Reason why? The game like literally had like no replayability factor whatsoever.
What?
Yeah, are you kidding me? Like the multiplayer got bland after like an hour. I literally would get no.
Okay, yeah. I thought you meant like the campaign, bro.
Oh no, the campaign is outstanding. It's beautiful. I want to play the game again just for the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of Saving Private Ryan almost. Like that's how good it was.
What about you, Logan?
Cuts were like golden and all that.
C for campaign.
That's
literally it. Yeah.
It's just I think it's when the crate system just got too rampant. Like they literally just like mark that as the bad time when the crate system.
Wait a minute. I have a change.
Okay.
S for shipment.
S for shipment. Ew.
Which one was shipment on there?
That was the first shipment map. No. The first shipment map was.
Whoa, dude, hold up. No, the first shipment map was right here, bud.
Okay, I messed up. Oh god, it's coming. I can see it.
Yeah.
The shooters. They're here. They're outside my window. They're coming. The COD fans. Never mind. Keep it C for campaign.
Let's leave it C for crates. All right, next one.
C for crates.
Next one we got right here is Modern Warfare 3. So for me personally, I'm gonna slap that at least a B. But I will only say this just because like I'm only gonna put it as a B because there's still a lot of people that didn't really like Modern Warfare 3 just because you're transitioning from Modern Warfare 2 and you think it's gonna be like this all like huge crazy thing pretty much when it comes down to be like, oh, Modern Warfare 3 it's coming out, this that. But this is when they introduced like specialists, they introduced different like kill streaks and everything and Moabs. That was a thing still where like you get the kills and then it ends the game. That was a really cool aspect for people to run for and go. I actually enjoyed a lot of the guns in the game, like MP7. I enjoyed the freaking
ACR 6.8, baby.
Yeah, the water gun. Like there's so many things in there that I personally enjoyed, and the snipers were pretty good. They were decent. You know, it's just kind of how it happened. Like there's always just that one sniper that everyone uses, but I'm gonna go with a B at least.
Okay. Yeah. I'd give it a high B or a low A just because it was probably the first game I grinded on. Crazily, I think I was grinding for gold on the ACR 6.8 like all the time. Campaign, great, you know. I liked it a lot, so I'll give it a B. Yeah.
Okay.
For what it's worth, I think we should do S for soap. May he rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. What do you think, Logan?
From Modern Warfare 3, I mean, it had a great campaign. I mean, it was wonderful. I mean, you get shoved down the stairs, and how do you know? What was his name? M. Makarov, or what's his name? I don't know. It was cool. It's been a while.
Makarov.
It was it, yeah. I give it a B just because it's been a bit, but it was a great game.
All right. Yeah. Then we're gonna jump into the next one. Modern Warfare. Just
okay.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Let me spearhead this one.
Uh-huh.
The newest one?
Yeah.
S. Absolutely. S.
Okay.
100%.
Zach,
okay, maps were kind of okay. A lot of people hate the fact that it moved from a 3-lane map, really. But like I thought it was good. It brought a lot more, like, you needed a lot more map knowledge. Again, it's just a higher skill gap.
Change of pace, yeah.
Yeah. There were some maps that weren't too hot. Visibility kind of sucked. But Azure Cave was great. Don't even get me started. I love that game. But that map. But my thing is that, like, for me, the reason I'm giving it an S is because, like, it was the first game that I actually got competitive in. Like, I played for a competitive team. And it was wonderful. The competitive scene was great. I loved it. The movement was smooth. Like, it was great. I don't know. It was a wonderful game.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's just even with just Warzone, like Warzone carries it past anything.
Yeah,
that's just what kind of happens. Like you can't like say like you can bring it down because of some other things and maybe bring it to A, but I would think just because Warzone kind of perfected it and that's where we're at the cusp of it right now. So I'd keep it there.
Yeah, let's do.
Next. What do you want? I can drop it down to A if you're feeling a little bit of A.
Let's do A for the Ajax hold.
Jeez.
So S, we have S, Logan. We have S from Zach. We have we'll go S. We'll leave it here. Next is Call of Duty World at War. It's going A. I think it's A. The zombies, fantastic. Multiplayer was just different. It just happened. Like those are nice big open maps at times. Like even just on normal like play styles and how it kind of comes around. I think it was a solid choice. I mean, zombies just carries it. Like literally, that's like the map. I went to round 64 on the first map ever created. Go to my freaking leaderboards on Xbox. I promise you, no one else. I mean, there's other people that have done it, but I don't think any three of y'all have done that. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
But I've done it.
Who's next? On the first map ever created?
Yeah, you talking about Knocked?
I think so. I don't even remember the name.
Yeah, Knocked and Totem. Yeah.
The really tiny, like really
the
tiny
one. It doesn't even have. It just has a mystery box. That's all it has.
Yep, just misty.
Yeah.
I wanted to die, but I did it.
And then you run, dude. I just read. All it was is just trains back then. But who has anything to not make it an A?
Yeah, nothing. I mean, if you played the zombies on Wii, you could hold your pistol sideways, and it was kind of cool.
That's kind of lit.
Yeah.
Yo.
All right, we'll keep it there then. That was easy. And then I mean, I'm sorry, I saved the best for last. Just how it goes. Modern Warfare 2, like that's S. Like we can't. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like, and you guys can fight me on it, and we'll have this discussion right now. But Modern Warfare 2 campaign will been recognized. Who knows how many times it stays relevant? It's how it's gonna be. Like that whole entire plot twist, amazing. It was sad, actually, very sad. But how it went, like you're over here going, and then you just die, and like, oh my god. But multiplayer, like obviously that was when like noob tubes were around, and people didn't enjoy that at all. But that's the start of like trick shotting. That's the start of quick scoping. Like that's literally the start of like just everything. Like there's other games that did trick shotting, but that was what it was known about. Maps like High Rise, maps like Terminal. Like
I mean, just you can give it an S. You can give it an S just for the map Rust. I mean, it's over.
Dang. Oh, dude, yeah, guaranteed.
Yeah, like.
All right.
That's all
I mean, this is our tier list, y'all. Like this is kind of what we had and what we decided. You kind of saw what we were discussing about it and moving around on that side. But let me just transition it out.
You gotta hit that cool transition. Ready for this?
All right. Hey, watch out. Whoa, wait, what is that?
Hey,
and we're back.
Okay. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Now, so we're kind of in our final minutes here, So, I mean, mainly we had some articles to go into, but I don't think we're gonna be able to cover those today.
Next week.
I'm going to just give a rundown of them just for people to go on their own and to just look at it, just because these are some topics that like maybe you would be interested in or that you'd want to go and go for. So I guess we'll just go off of what we have here and how it kind of goes. So, like, I guess the first one that we're going to talk about is like if you've just been in kind of the gaming scene or anything around. Ludwig does his never-ending stream and then gets some backlash from it. So that's a whole nother topic. If you just type in on the internet like Ludwig never-ending stream and then just type it, and you'll see the different reports of like both sides of how people feel about that. Does anyone have anything to say on that, or else I'll just keep going down? Yeah.
No, I mean we don't. Yeah.
Yeah. The next one, another topic that was there is Blizzard lays off 50 people because of COVID affecting its esport leagues and how it kind of goes around. Which there's a huge controversy on that because also on the other side, how we said before, they made so much money and then yet they're still left like they've made the most they've ever had, and then they're still laying people off. So that's another topic. Recently, Nevada politicians create the first regulatory body for esports and like kind of start going that route to where you see the sign of growth being like at a state level to where they're recognizing it and putting in policies, putting in different rules in place. The next one is about just like the lack of representation of esports, of women in esports, and how that's a big topic right now too. If you go on jumping on people's streams, it's a very toxic culture on these games whenever they hear a girl's voice, and there's some very things that we don't align with just because it's toxic and not right, and you shouldn't do all that. But just type it. Honestly, if you just type that, you'll see a bunch of articles kind of going around. But you should definitely go onto sooneresports.com and you will see our own articles out for these topics that we're kind of talking about. Some of them have them, some of them don't. And then also we have multiple ones written on that one, and that's just kind of how it goes. But if you'd like to get involved with this and go that route with it and just kind of help put ideas for the podcast, or just kind of if you want to come on here, if anything, just reach out to one of us. We'll leave it up a bit for us to put our socials down there, but you can follow us on you can just follow this page and how that kind of will go. And do you have any last words that you want to leave with them, Zach? Like with the stream or anybody that's like looking and just wants to just watch this podcast?
I would say just, like, don't knock yourself out before giving it a shot, Also, don't make your name on Activision stupid, because it will come back to bite you at some point. Learn that the hard way. But, no, dude, like, yeah, if you ever have the opportunity to go out there and go give it a shot, why not? I mean, college is there for you to live and do, new things. So if your school's going for it, why not give it a shot? Don't matter what game it is, League of Legends, Overwatch, Rocket League, the list goes on and on. If you think you have have a chance, just give it a shot. You never know what could happen. You could be a captain for an esports team, like how it happened for me.
Awesome. And would Logan or Ajax like to say anything?
Baba Booey.
Okay.
Yeah, we're okay.
No.
Well, this has been a great time tonight, y'all. And thanks for coming, Zach, on to and sharing us like an inside look of the team and like kind of how you became captain and just your stories of just enjoying Call of Duty and also doing the tier list with us. That was a great time. Thank you for chat for interacting with that and also kind of going that route. I'm Brandon.
I'm Ajax.
I'm Logan.
This has been Talking Heads Podcast. Come back next week, 5 p.m. Friday, right here on the OU Esports channel. We'll be right back up running at 5, and it might go a little longer next time, might go shorter. We just got to come on, jump on, and we're going to all ride this train to the end and just see how it goes and just creating great content. And I know each of us can't wait to continue this. So thank you all, and have a nice night. We'll be seeing you.
Adios.
Oh, give him a little bit of that.